Hey everybody! Hey, if things have gone right, you're watching this right after episode 9. If things have gone wrong, oh my god, oh no! The aliens are everywhere and, it's 2020. Bring the aliens on. That's what I say. So Charles is dead. Eleanor has made some choices that have had some drastic consequences. She's lost the street, and Max could see it coming, and she warned her. That was the theme of the last episode. Flint was warning Silver about what he was turning into, the decisions he was making, and why he was making those decisions. And it was a warning, because he could feel it, he could recognize it, what was happening, as things that had happened to him. We also lost Scott, and we had a nice scene with Scott's daughter and Silver. And she is anchoring his character, in, keeping a hold on his humanity as he goes down the dark path. A little like Mrs. Barlow, tried to anchor Flint. She didn't really do a good job there, but and now we have two points of conflict coming up. One is that island that they're on, that they're going to try and defend against this attack. And the other is Nassau, whose inhabitants are not happy anymore. And maybe Teach is going to have something to say about the outcome of what's about to play out. Either way, I'm not going to waste around. I am going to say weird things like waste around. What's that? What's that? I do want to get into it. Did Billy let Charles die in the last episode? He sure did. But he got a little shake of the head from Charles, who recognized that Billy was there to try and save him, and said, "No, look, we'll do it this way instead. I'm willing to die for it to be effective." Fair enough. Okay, let's go. Let's watch it. Is this going to come back up again? Sorted. This guy?
I had 3 men holding.
And Blackbeard is a wild card. He could show up to help Flint. He could ignore the situation entirely. He could attack Nassau. He could attack London. Flint, you should rest. We need you at your best.
This is wise. The safest place for this isn't behind walls or guarded with guns. If the English can't find it, they can't take it.
Bury treasure. Mark it with an X. Throw a map.
You they trust above any of us. Not to betray. For money.
How ironic.
The irony wasn't lost on either of us.
Not far from here, the fortifications were already built.
They've got a lot of people. Well, there's a lot of ships.
Before this war actually begins, I'm asking where it actually began. Will you tell me?
About Thomas? Woo, look at this! Get off the beach!
Oh, Jesus. They are not fucking around, are they?
No, they are not.
Supposed to sail into that. One ship against their entire fleet.
If we could just get our vanguard aboard one of their ships, we could disrupt their entire line. Do not look at me like that. This is the plan.
Just
harass their line.
Just think about the plan. Ooh. More? Different? Fleet?
6 ships. British colours.
Reinforcements likely.
Obvious.
How many ships?
What?
How many ships?
The second fleet. How many ships?
What
Is
difference does it make?
Is it Blackbeard?
3 tall ships!
One man of war. Make a course for that second flotilla, please.
You're going to attack them.
Go, Groot. Do
Time
Groot.
is short, please.
Let's just
Get
go.
us underway.
He's never happy. he's rising in my ranks of people I like, because he's always the same character, begrudgingly following orders he doesn't agree with. Oh, we're waiting? Waiting till they get close and then... Okay. See, this is better.
Mortars.
Before they fire them, yeah. Hidden cannon. Come on. Oh, this guy's gonna get himself killed. Yeah. Ooh.
Captain, it's time.
Good aim.
Captain, we need to fall back.
Maybe we do need to fall back.
Fall back!
Company, prepare to move out.
I wouldn't do that.
I trust Hornigold over this random dude.
He wants us to pursue him. He wants you to pursue him. A tactical withdrawal to guide us into an ambush.
Am I to believe he sacrificed over 50 of his men?
Led
them into a massacre.
Do you know Flint?
deliberately?
You don't know that man, Major.
Show her what you showed to me.
A letter? The sign?
It was sitting at the foot of my bed when I woke this morning.
Why does it look like this?
Avery's maiden crew was said to deliver the black spot as a warning to wayward crew members. Ignored on pain of death.
It was a bullshit story then, and it's no less a bullshit story now. Cowards send notes.
The form of the
Be
threat
wary.
may not likely be the issue.
Listen to Max.
Suggesting the gibbet could be seen by some to be inflammatory. He's right.
Really?
He's right.
Max is not happy because Eleanor keeps ignoring her advice. And she shouldn't.
You should be in bed.
Oh, he's up. He's up.
I've spent enough time in bed.
What does he think of what's going on?
I know how it seems to the street to you, but please
It
understand.
seems as though a very difficult thing was done.
He's okay with it.
It seems as though I'm fortunate you had the courage to do it.
They're both in it together now. I wasn't sure before about her loyalties. I'm pretty sure now. After she killed Bane? No doubt. Hello. How's everybody doing? Everybody happily manning the ship? Gonna talk to the captain? What is his intention, though? What does he intend to do?
The war to reclaim Nassau began here about an hour ago. I'd like to think that you're here to join our effort.
Hopefully.
Charles is dead. The governor in Nassau hung
They
him
didn't know
in
yet.
the square. He thought he could do that, face no consequences. He failed to account for me.
But there is no victory over her without a victory here.
Right, before you go to Nassau, help us out here.
Will you help us find it?
Once it had been applied to Thomas,
Thomas, he's telling me about Thomas.
once our relationship had been
He's been very open about it.
exposed, everything ended.
What do you think,
I don't
Silver?
know what to say.
You don't need to say anything.
You can see how this might be of particular and immediate concern for me.
What do you mean?
I can.
It would seem that those closest to you meet their end not just during the relationship,
But because of it.
but because of it.
So you see yourself as a potential fourth member of this class?
And the three who preceded me all had one thing in common. They were vulnerable to you. Had more to lose than you, less means with which to protect themselves than you.
Yeah. It is kind of flipped in this
Recently,
situation.
I thought that was me as well, but now I don't know that it is anymore.
He's got full control of the
It
ship.
is natural for
The
men of
men?
mute power.
We agreed that I would select a man to be responsible for making a direct move against Captain Hornigold once the battle begins. I chose Mr. Dobbs.
Ooh.
Cheers, Dobbs.
The one guy. Interesting.
Why would you assign it to a man harboring who knows what sort of resentment against you?
Because it isn't resentment. If you had disciplined him, he would resent you for it, but towards me,
He feels like he let him down.
I believe he feels shame
He wants to make
and
amends.
a great need to redeem himself in my eyes.
Interesting. Oh. Maybe it's all part of the plan. Is this part of the plan?
Flint sent you to kill me, yet instead you surrendered.
Truth is, they didn't give a shit about me.
Says he knows where the slave camp is located.
Oh, he's going to lead him into a trap. Does Hornigold trust him?
Mr. Carter, please bring me that man there.
I would like you to shoot this man to prove your loyalty to me. Not Johnny Jojo. He's my best friend. I'm afraid, Johnny Jojo, your sacrifice is strategic and necessary. This doesn't prove anything, though. He shouldn't be convinced by...
Show me that you truly intend to leave.
He shouldn't be convinced by that.
I'd like to be quite certain your intentions are true.
Yeah, good. How did I do? Give me another one. Really? That's all it took. Good job, Dobbs. You, convinced him. That's part 1. Part 2 is leading them exactly where Flint needs them to be. I think Silver has read that guy to a T. Get all the vulnerable people below.
Otherwise, everyone is accounted for.
She's gonna go.
Where they belong.
She's gonna go back up.
All but you. If we are to lead them into this war, we ought to show that we are willing to lead them through it.
And you should be up there too. Come on, man. And who's that guy in the pirate hat? Come on, you too.
Your black spot was delivered, yeah. But
who's Billy's? Billy's
He
note.
was in the tavern drinking with his men. They're in high spirits. I think it's going to take more than a note to frighten him.
Yeah, of course it is.
Are there going to be consequences?
We've only just begun to tell our story. We haven't yet introduced the villain.
Interested about what's going to happen now.
Friend.
And there are the consequences.
Is it possible one of the governor's calls for assistance was heard?
Well, does look...
Reinforcements from a sister colony.
It is British flags.
Flint gave you command of his ship.
Yes.
Oh.
You can count the things that Flint and I agree upon on one hand.
Is that one of them?
Flint's come to see that there might be some capacity in you after all.
Jack can win him around.
And what? And as in it sounded as if there was more to that thought.
He's still thinking about it.
But you might see yourself agreeing with him again.
See, he's funny. He's funny. See?
Not my capacity. There wasn't any more to that thought, was there?
Oh, you don't have Charles anymore. You got Jack. You got Jack.
Asking us to verify who we are.
Don't. Raise the black instead.
Why?
He believes we are beneath him, tactically incompetent. Why give him any reason to doubt it? To be underestimated. It's an incredible gift.
Jack speaking from direct experience right in this moment.
Prepare the lab of batteries.
He's like, oh, I've got this. I've got this. These guys. Stupid pirates. I will be so happy when that guy dies. Just his face annoys me.
Did she fight it? Your mother?
She let me go because she knows
Peter.
that if we survive this battle today, she will likely need to step aside.
Yeah, she gonna take her place?
It's a hard thing to look your successor in the eye.
Is that what Flint sees when he looks at Silver?
But as far as successors go, your mother could do far worse.
He's such a charmer, isn't he? Has Dobbs led them to the correct place?
There's only 100 men, more or less, left behind to guard it.
Get a message to the Major. Tell him he can deploy his men to this position.
See you on the other side.
Always.
Let's do it. Let's teach these guys a lesson. With their fancy ships and their flags. Ooh, ooh. This is where strategy comes into it. You won't be expecting this. Have we led them into an ambush?
Defenders across the water have been rendered largely ineffective.
Oh, he's giving him a look. He's giving him a smirk. His mission is complete.
The men need to know they're in good favor with me. They need it. And there is nothing they won't do to make sure they have it.
No, they were in the bushes. Good job, Dobbs. No, he's coming for Hornigold himself. I think he's going to die in this attempt. Yeah. You did well, dude. You can't take out a main character like that. Ignore that. Ignore it. Jack's like, I'm fine. You're screwed, dude. They weren't prepared to be boarded. Should have been looking over their shoulders.
Shall we prepare to repel boarders?
Retreat?
Signal the line to retreat.
He's a coward. Good. Flint can take Hornigold. He's appropriate level. They have unfinished business. He's coming with a sword. Don't bring a sword to a gunfight, dude. Careful, he's a pirate. All he wanted was his chair. He never got it back. We won. We won. This is it. It's done.
Tell your governor! You tell him I'm coming!
Ooh.
Mr. Dobbs will.
I like this. I like this flashback part.
But in terms of our future and the danger that you believe you may pose to me, bear this in mind. I have survived starvation, a tempest, pirate hunters, a queen, a king, and the goddamn British Navy.
Force of nature.
To whatever extent you may be concerned, someday you will have no choice but to be my end. I won't worry too much.
I like that.
Call him John the Giant.
Like that.
They say that he's 7 foot tall.
Building a legend.
Do we care that it isn't remotely true?
Doesn't matter what's true.
That's to inspire fear and
creating the appearance of a man out of nothing.
I made clear my position that there would be two sorts of men on the island going forward. Those like Captain Vane, determined to stand by their oath to the very end, and those like Captain Throckmorton.
I've watched her follow madmen. I've watched her follow rich men. I've watched her bow before tyrants. It's time she had a king. When he's ready, he'll step into the role we've created for him.
We talked about
and lead an impossible army.
Episode 1, Season 1.
Into an unwinnable war. And win it.
Until then, I remain... Long
John Silver.
John Silver.
I love this because it's gonna end. I love this because her and him were in cahoots in, like, it was probably episode 1 when they were both nobodies, you know, and they both worked up to being two of the main powers, two of the biggest influencers on the island, in the vicinity, the area, and their will and their ability to change opinions and influence others it's like two, you know, black holes, except not, you know, whereas Flint is a force of nature guided by his rage. Max has worked her way slowly into a position of power and influence to protect herself. And Silver has kind of unwittingly turned from this coward at the start of the first episode into someone who was willing to risk his life for the crew, to this respected position, and then to this position where they like him and they also fear him and they'll do anything for him. And now he's this legendary, this ghost story, this force, this story that can be told around the island and that will impact everything. It sets up season 4 great. I like that scene at the end with the pirates sitting around a table. And Jack, I love the scenes with Teach in this episode. They were, because he knows that Teach doesn't respect him, but we know that Teach had a huge soft spot for Vane, and Jack is the closest thing to Vane that Vane had. So, you know, adopted little brother, you know, that sort of thing. So Teach is stuck with him, but I think they'll be fine. He won a bit of respect in this episode with his advice about how they should proceed with the battle. they conclusively, they definitively won that battle on every front. They didn't even come close to getting overwhelmed or outnumbered. Sure, they had to sacrifice a few people on the beach to make it happen, but they just fell into every trap that was laid. So, season 4. Don't have to wait for it, thankfully. Might have to wait a week, but and I think season 4 is the final one, so I'm looking forward to getting into that next week. And thank you for joining me on this journey through season 3. It's been a fun one. It's been very well paced and written, and I've enjoyed where the stories have gone, and some have been unpredictable, like Charles dying, and not quite knowing where Teach was gonna fit in, and not knowing how Jack and Anne were gonna deal with, having this money and how they were going to get it away and how they were going to use it, and then Jack got captured. It was just, you didn't know how the story was going to go. So I'm satisfied with it, mostly. Eleanor lost cause this season. She just... I don't think I liked any of the decisions she made. And I think that's the way we were supposed to feel about her character. Yeah. Looking forward to season 4. So, I'll see you, all of you, next week. And thanks for checking this out. And I'll see you then.